Alright, assignment 14. Just want to start off, kind of wanted to skip ahead to the game remix here. I took Mattoon's game here, his little box world puzzle game, which I thought was just kind of a perfect setting for, a different type of game. So I just wanted to throw it straight into a Mario Kart type racing game. Just take the basic premise for it. Um, but instead of going in and solving puzzles, you're going to be transported to different worlds, different themes, different time sets, where you're going to be racing. So keep the whole Wizard of Oz style. You know, the same people that you would have in real life are going to be the other racers that you're going to race with through on these courses. That was basically my idea for that. I just thought it had the kind of perfect setup um, for that kind of style of game. Um, Jumping back into the games here, passage, the end of us, the plan, and time frame. I pretty much just watched gameplay footage here of most of these. So just the first question here, do these games play themselves? Um, so let's just start with passage, and it's basically just a 2D, kind of like a side scroller where, I mean, pretty much the only input you have is pressing the right arrow key and progressing forward. So technically, yeah, you really don't have too much of an impact here on this game. Let's see, and then the virtual space of it. I mean, you're on a line, you're progressing forward. There's not a whole lot of feedback here on that. You're just kind of watching as you progress, and you're going to age, which ties back into the time here. Um, so, I mean, it's got a little bit of some impending feedback here where, eventually your character is going to age and die. It's almost like you're watching just a film, kind of, more than it is even a game. The second game, The End of Us. So you're basically a comet flying through space. Does it play itself? Um, Pretty much. I mean, you do get some free reign with the comet to move around in the 2D space with the top-down view. So inside that 2D space, it does give you some feedback when you run into some things, some stars. Those will light up, or if you run into the other comet, you will kind of bounce off of it. And then the time frame there's kind of the impending time frame, because eventually you're going to crash into Earth and it's going to end um, just about at the end of the song. So essentially, yeah, that one pretty much plays itself too, because I mean you're not gonna have too much of an impact, whether you're moving around or not. And then on to the plan. That one you actually have to kind of play because you're moving up the whole time. So it's not particularly playing itself a whole lot. You actually have to kind of progress through there in a kind of a 2D space, where you're a fly and you're moving through, and you can hit leaves, and they provide feedback, or you can hit a web or various obstacles there throughout that 2D space. And then as far as time goes for that one, um, you kind of just have free reign there. Time not affecting you a whole lot here on this one. Doesn't really play a huge deal here. Um, there's not like a time limit or a timer or anything on this one. Alright, so the last game, time frame. You're basically an observer throughout the whole thing, so you can kind of move around. There's not a whole lot to do, not a whole lot to see. Um, just kind of a arid looking desert looking place with some different artifacts and objects and buildings. That's pretty much the whole space of it. Not a whole lot of stuff that you can interact with either. so there's not a whole lot of feedback there for that. And then the time, the time's kind of just standing still here. You're just kind of watching it go by, so time doesn't really play a huge role in this one either. Yeah, I wouldn't even consider this hardly a game. But anyways, that's assignment 14, so